Hi folks, it's me, Michaela, and it is time. I am here in front of my bookshelves with my hair very much wet. We're gonna ignore that, okay? But I don't know if you're seeing this. This needs to be fixed. My bookshelves have become a catch-all zone for many things that I don't really want on my bookshelves. And it is time, I think, also to expand the shelves on my bookshelves that I keep books on. So I thought I'd take you along on a little bookshelf reorganization, cleanup, start over. It is already February, but like New Year, new bookshelves-ish kind of vibes. I personally am not a fan of having like a shelf with books and then something that's not books on it. And I'm also not a fan of having a shelf with books where there's not enough books to make it feel like the shelf is full. I don't want it to look like I don't own enough books to take up the space I have, but I do also not want them to be overcrowded. But that leads me to this scenario where I have to let everything kind of become overcrowded so that when I expand the books then take up enough space on a new shelf where it feels worthwhile. So the plan today is to reconfigure all the books, and this shelf here is now also going to become a book shelf on the bookshelf. And this normally I would do this one first, but obviously this shelf gets hidden by the chair, and I would prefer for my books, which are objectively prettier than all the other stuff I keep on this shelf, to be visible. So I'm going to put them onto this shelf, and then once I get enough books where I need to expand again, then I'll take over this shelf. But this shelf is going to become the new bookshelf shelf. What I currently have on here is Hooper Humperdinck, the ladybug pillow pet, a chicken that my friend made for me. I have a cookbook, a French textbook that's about 10 years old, and a basket that is filled with knitting tools, as well as a hard drive, a book sleeve, and it's also where I keep my mic. So like the organization levels have gone way downhill. So we're here to fix that. I am thinking that I would like to move my mystery shelf, because right now my mysteries and thrillers, I have thrillers on the far right there, and then my mystery is from here until my thrillers. So I think I would like to expand this down to this shelf and take up most of this shelf, expand my romance out so that my romance isn't kind of spanning 2.5 shelves. And then I also need to figure out my general fiction needs more space, my fantasy needs more space. Honestly, like I just need to overhaul everything, and that's what we're here to do today. So I have some Olympics playing on the TV because the Winter Olympics are on. I love the Winter Olympics. We're going to be watching. I haven't decided. Okay, because I was going to watch the long track speed skating, but then I missed the start of the long track speed skating. I'm watching on CBC Gem, so I have to watch it live unless it's over, and then I can replay it. And I don't want to like jump into the long track speed skating like right at the end of the final. So I currently have the luge on, and then I'm gonna switch to long track speed skating once I can, because fun fact, I learned to skate on speed skates, and then I quit speed skating when I was like 9. I don't even know. I was not a sporty kid. I was not made for the sports, did not do them. But we're just gonna do a little time-lapse speed run of me reorganizing my bookshelves, and I guess also of watching my hair dry in its gel cast, and just redo this. I'm going to start by taking off all of my knickknacks, my plants, all of the things that are not books, so I can really just see like what is book that I have on the shelf, and then we're going to be reorganizing those. So let's get this chair out of the way and let's get going. Okay. As always, whenever I do like a reorganization of my bookshelves thing, I think I'll probably change a few things throughout the next few days as I like live with it a bit more. But I think overall I'm happy with this. I kind of just shuffled everything over until I felt like I had enough space for most things. If you're interested in like a full updated bookshelf tour for 2026, let me know and I can definitely do that. But I feel like overall my bookshelf organization hasn't changed that much, so I don't know how interesting that would be. I don't want to like repeat myself too much. My hair is now also almost dry, so that's fun. But yeah, I was doing it and I remembered that I have this problem now where Benjamin, my cat, despite being almost 15 years old, has decided recently that he's gonna have some aggressive zoomies at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Likes to sit on my TV stand and try to knock stuff off of the shelves on this side because he can reach them. So I put some things that I then went, I don't want him to break that. I'm gonna need to move that somewhere else a couple of times. So hopefully the things I have here do not tempt him into chaos in the middle of the night, but I guess, you know, like time will tell. But I think overall, like, it looks much neater. I think this is my biggest shelf that long run I might need to shift more romantasy onto this shelf and condense the romance a bit more, because I kind of have the romance on this shelf spread out pretty wide with the two stacks horizontal. And then I moved Quicksilver over with Fourth Wing because they're kind of my true romantasy, just because I didn't want to separate my SJM. Because personally I think Throne of Glass is not really romantasy, but I think ACOTAR really is romantasy. But then I didn't want to split up my author, you know? So I wanted to keep the SJM together. So it's kind of like fantasy into romantasy. My romantasy is a little not alphabetized by author last name like it normally is. But decided to do Quicksilver and Fourth Wing here because they kind of felt like they went together. This shelf still feels jam-packed, and I think that kind of defeats the purpose of doing this whole reshuffle. But we'll see. I'm gonna live with it, and we're gonna see what happens. I definitely have a lot more room now, like in my mystery area. My romances have a bit more space to like grow a little bit more, which is perfect. I like did my YA fantasy pretty tight, mostly because I don't foresee myself getting any new YA fantasy in the near future, just because I haven't really been reading or interested in that aggressive ambulance happening right now. Anyway, I haven't been super like interested, and I haven't really been itching to pick up a lot of YA fantasy lately, so I do think that I will probably not be purchasing any YA fantasy in the near future. But this is the bookshelf reorganization. There are a few things that I just fully took off. There is like my other plant, who I named Margarita because she's the child of my plant Margaret, that I want to, I think, put up in this corner to like mirror. I don't know, I haven't decided. And then I had some like just papers and cards and a pack of cards on there that I just like don't think that's the best place to be keeping them. So I have them on the floor still, and I'll figure that out later. But for now, there we go. Bookshelf reorganization for the new year. 1 month late. We're done. If you happen to like the video, make sure to give it a like, a little thumbs up. Haven't liked me, consider subscribing. I'd be happy to have you. Babadadadee, be-doo-doo-ba-doo. Comment down below. Thoughts. Feelings. Books. And with that, I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.